Hey everybody, it's Bust with expedition number 200. Big milestone expeditions, good stuff. Try our best not to goose egg this one and see what we can do here. Okay. All right, cool. There's the Star Spring Soraka. If you're not familiar with what they've done in the 115 patch, this is our first round of patch 115. They added the Star Spring into all of the Mending Touch champion packs. So if you get this in pick 1 or pick 2, there's going to be a Star Spring along with your Soraka, or ideally along with your Tom Kench. So this is what we're going to dive in on. I'm not like super big into taking Soraka first, but I think Star Spring is probably good enough that we can be okay with doing this. Just depending on what we're able to put ourselves into. It should be super easy to heal our allies. I think we can get this going pretty well. Typically, I don't like the support champions, support as a keyword champions, and I typically don't like starting with support champions in the sense that if we're going to take 3 of one champion and 1 of the other, I don't like starting with a champion we only want 1 of. But Soraka should be okay here. Wouldn't fault you for taking either the Twisted Fate or the Fiora, although this is a fairly weak Fiora set of cards to be starting with. You just Confront is horrible. You're starting with something terrible. Swiftling Lancer is pretty well outclassed by the 4-5 dude, and you don't really need a whole lot of these top-end guys. You really want to be starting with barriers with Fiora. And over here, this is kind of the classic Twisted Fate start. Smash and Grab is centered on the 2-drops theme out of Piltover, drawing cards with Twisted Fate. Either way, with Twisted Fate, we either like to play like the cheap draw cards deck that draws cards with Pool Shark, what are the other ones? Black Market Merchant and Pilfered Goods, or would like to go in Sea Monsters. So you're getting it one way or the other, depending on how you want your draft to go. But at least historically, either one of these choices would be better than the Soraka. But this is what we're going to go with. We're going to test out this edition of Star Spring. I think it should be pretty good. So let's take a moment. We'll get it pulled up on the site here. If you're not familiar, it's ftpbus.com. We're just going to be over here on the Expedition Helper section. We'll scroll down to Soraka and Mending Touch, and then this is all of the cards in the card pool. The stars are the ones that we really like to pick up for this card pool in particular. So if we're looking to build around Soraka, we're going to be looking for these cards with the stars on them. I'm going to be trying to avoid the cards with the X's. I still think even Divergent Paths, starting with the Star Spring, is probably not worth taking. But otherwise, kind of just like the big problem with this pool is it has like all of the support elements that are good. Like, it has the good spells and Astral Protection and Guiding Touch. It's not super hard to find Pale Cascades being already in Targon. Just doesn't have any like units in it that are particularly good. I mean, like Gift Giver is a good start. Spring Guardian is a fine 3/3 for 3, but that's it. That's it at the common slot. There's just nothing else, and so you really have to put in like a whole lot of work to find the good units. We'll probably end up in Bilgewater and see if we're able to just kind of go that way with it. There's a lot of cheap units in Bilgewater that can kind of hold the tide in the Tom Kench style deck, but that's the real problem here. It doesn't really have any top end either, but you can close out games with Stargazer. You can close out games with Rummel. There's ways to end it, but in general, I mean, that's just the huge problem with the Soraka card pool is the units are all shit, and there's not ways to win combats. There's just ways to not lose them, and so that's the general problem with healing cards. And the problem with plus toughness cards is it doesn't help you win the game. It just helps you not lose it, and so we'll have to at least see if we can't get some card advantage out of the Soraka, or we can't just crush games with Star Spring to kind of make up for the weaknesses in this pool. Okay, it's not a Tom Kench, but let's see what we can do here. So, being in Bilgewater is sort of ideal. This is where the self-damage units live. So the like Fortune Croaker and the 3/1 for 2 that has Challenger and stuff, all of those cards live in Bilgewater, so we're likely going to be looking to jump into Bilgewater. But we do want to take a look at the other choices here first. I'm not super interested in Yasuo. I don't really like playing Yasuo unless he's paired with Noxus. I just don't think there's enough going on here to be particularly good. I've never really had success with these Yasuo build-arounds. He's missing like 1 or 2 cards, 1 or 2 stun activators to be a real champion. And then over here with Swain's even worse. Since all of these Crimson units took their nerf, Swain has taken a huge hit in Expedition and likely in Standard or Constructed as well. So I'm not upset to be letting these go. There is, kind of a minor sub-theme that we could hope to pull off here where we play Crimson Disciple, we deal some damage to it, and then we heal it with like Soraka or Astral Protection. It's just not enough payoff, I don't think. And so I think we're okay to just skip over that theme. So yeah, we're cool here. We're looking to pick up this Miss Fortune. She is a strong champion on her own, but we are going to be looking to build around Soraka this run. And this is a pretty reasonable early game start. Jagged Butcher is kind of one of the premier early game units. Prowling Cutthroat is the best way to be activating plunders. And what else lives here? I'm pretty sure this pool just plays out very similarly to a one drops matter kind of thing. But of the things I was really hoping to see here, there are some of the cards I want. Boxtopus lives here, deals the self damage, and also Fortune Croaker with the self damage. And so the way that this pull tends to work is I kind of half mentioned it talking about Twisted Fate, to where you're just trying to play a whole bunch of cheap cards and then you just draw cards to make up for it. And that's what we're able to do here pretty well between Fortune Croaker drawing cards, then Pilfered Goods and Black Market Merchant down in the rares. We really look to just dump out our hands, empty out as quickly as we can, and then just redraw. So we aren't trying to win through card quality, we're looking to win through card quantity and just outspend our opponents in mana. So that tends to be what this pool tries to do. So we'll have to see how we can pair these up. But I think our big bonuses here would be the Boxtopus and the Croaker. Okay, let's jump back. Where are we at? It's like we already kind of decided that we're going to be building around Soraka, so I don't want to like completely get in our heads that we're going to just be diving towards Miss Fortune, because I do plan on drafting 3 Sorakas in this run. If you were looking to run to 7 and you're in the same spot, I would want you to keep in the back of your head that you're going to be building towards Miss Fortune. She's just one of the premier champions in the game, all around super powerful. But we are wanting to see, maybe we'll change our minds after we get through the run with a Soraka paired up with a Star Spring. And so, as far as these units go, pretty excited to pick up both Fortune Croaker and Lounging Lizard. We have a lot of the tools to keep both of these going. We have the healing and Soraka, the Astral Protection, the Star Spring. This is just kind of everything we're looking to start the game out with here. The only thing I'm kind of tempted in is to try to spike some of these Zenith Blades. They've been adding it back into card pools. They added it back into Tarek in the previous patch. It's just all around an ultra powerful spell in Expedition. We'd love to pick up 2 or 3 of these. It's just a little early to be taking it. There's not enough synergy with the Sneaky Zeebles, and the Croaker Lizard are just huge synergy cards. Okay, don't quit highlighting Monkey Business. We're never playing this. It's not. I have a tough time deciding what the worst card in Expedition is, but Monkey Business is right up there. I don't think it's as bad as Counterfeit Copies, but they're both pretty horrible. But with this pack, I'm pretty happy to pick up Envious Vox Hold the Infinite. I think we do tend to we're probably going to end up being kind of like a slower deck. I don't think we're likely going to end in this just like ultra aggressive, super cheap cards deck. I think we're going to end up being like more of a mid-rangey kind of number. And so I'm okay. But even if, we do end up in that ultra early aggression deck, we do want a little bit of top end. In that sense, we would rather have Moondreamer than Behold the Infinite, but I think it should be okay here. But I mean, this is also a pretty reasonable start. I think actually I might come back down here, because one of the big problems we're going to run into with this is our lack of interaction, and picking up 2 challenger cards is fairly important here. And then we do get some late game out of the Jaw Hunters. So maybe I do think this is actually better now that I've kind of talked it out. Okay, which one's Shadestalker? The elusive guy. Had to make sure it wasn't the rare. Okay, but here, I don't think we really need to dive after these Crusty Codgers, but it's okay. I don't want the 2 Wave Riders. This is one of the kind of premier top-end pieces for aggro decks, but I don't think we're going to be that super aggro again. I think we're going to end up being more mid-rangey. And so I don't think we want this Shadestalker. We're not going to have any combos with it. It's just going to be a fairly awkward 2-3 most of the time. So I think we're good to take the Codger with the protection. I am pretty high on Astral Protection. It just crushes so many combats, especially if you're able to just like drop it on a dragon or something. It's extremely hard to deal with in Expedition. Okay, then the last pick here. I don't think we want to be in Piltover. Like out of all of these cards, this Investigator Shredder are arguably the best option, but I don't want Piltover cards in this run. They're just not very good at combat, and that's what we're looking to kind of pick up here. So with these, I think I'm fine to just take the Shell Shocker Chum the Waters. I'm not real big on Crystal Ibex or Ibex, however these words are made. Just not an ultra powerful card. It's fine, but if it was paired with like an Epic or something, we wouldn't be upset to take it. But it's usually fairly easy to get our expensive cards here, whether or not it's through Invokes or if we find another Jal Hunters or something. It's just this 4-drop slot tends to get ultra clogged up, and I don't think the Blessing of Targon is good enough to be taking with it. Okay. Interesting. So always a huge fan of Star Shaping. Just great way to close out the games. Shakedown, also gives us a way to kind of self-damage. I don't think we really need Shakedown in this spot. We did pick up the Hired Gun. We have Jal Hunters. It's something that we should be able to pick up a copy of should we need to. I'm kind of interested in the Pilfered Goods, but like out of all of these cards, Star Shaping is just the best one. So I guess it's okay to just go ahead and at least pick up one piece of interaction here, since it's so tough to find removal spells. All right. Oh god, we're getting a monkey business, aren't we? There's no two ways around it. We're not going to be hitting our allegiance on this Mountain Scryer, so he's not like as bad as Monkey Business, even misting as his Invokes, but it's still pretty bad. So amongst all these, I'd rather have Pool Sharks than Jagged Butcher in this deck. Just get stuck with that garbage. Okay, Boxtopus is great. Guiding Light plays to our themes. This should be a pretty easy take. If you want the Hired Gun route, you can clearly take the one with Coral Creatures, but I think the Boxtopus is just better here. Okay, a Boxtopus with a Star Shaping. It works for me. I did notice, these kind of like expensive dragons down here, which would be kind of good. We don't have any like real big units in our deck, but I mean, we have the one Jal Hunters. We're going to have 2 Star Shapings. I would like to pick up some like big actual units, but I'd prefer them be like a little bigger than these. Like Fused Firebrand would be acceptable, but I'd really rather be picking up like a 6 or a 7 that isn't Smooth Soloist. Something, kind of big and meaty, some kind of giant dragon. Okay. Well, I think I'm pretty happy to go ahead and pick up Jal Hunters. I do worry like a little bit, like thematically with what we're pulling off here, where we have a lot of units with 1 health between our 2 Shell Shockers, 2 Jal Hunters. But I think it'll be okay. I think these cards are high enough quality to not worry about it. And then the Hunters does help fill in with our late game problem that we're running into here. Okay, Eclipse Dragon, nice. I'm not real excited about the Sunblessed Vigor, but we don't have a whole lot of ways to interact here, and Eclipse Dragon is just a monster. This is the best top end in the game, in my opinion. Outside of the epics, there's some epics I'd rather have than Eclipse Dragon, but he's about as good as it gets for the commons and the rares. Okay, and here this is a fairly reasonable Boxtopus. We're not going to have any combos with Bayou Brunch, but I want to still just pick up this interaction. I mean, at least maybe with this pick, maybe... Now that I think about it a little more, it's like, how much card drawing are we able to do? We are playing Soraka. If we're able to pull that off, and then we have the 2 Pool Sharks, I'm calling this out for like how quickly can we get to deep for our... what are they called? Jal Hunters, because like that makes the way that's going is like, do we want to like start valuing Pool Shark a lot higher, just to help us push to deep a little bit quicker? I think I am okay to pick up this Wave Rider. Like, I'm not excited about it, but I think I really want the Pool Shark, and it just gives us a touch more top end that isn't random, right? We have the randomness and the Hunter's randomness and the Star Shaping. It's good randomness, but that we don't really have any of this kind of like, this like early late game power. Okay, you can easily skip out on the Herald of Dragons. With this, I mean, we're getting a 5-drop either way. So I think we want to just go ahead and take the hired gun. We don't have. I think I've passed on like every pilfered goods and black market merchant, and so having these 1-drops isn't as super important in this kind of deck. So I think we just want to go ahead and pick up the Wave Rider. We're good on interaction. We don't need the Razor Scale Hunter for that. Okay. These are not worth it across the board. The Pool Shark is just better than Gift Giver in our deck. We don't have any combos for the gems. Like, the gems are always fine, but we don't have any discard. We have very little elusives. We just have the 3 elusives. So we take 2 Wave Riders. Yeah, we just have the 1 Lounging Lizard, 2 Wave Riders, so we can't use them that way with no discards. We don't have any Star Shaper. The dude, when you heal a guy, gets elusive. And so we just don't have the combos for the gems. So I want to hang on to Pool Shark. Bayou Brunch we don't have any combos for, and Messenger Sigil's trash, so we can just go ahead and skip over these. Alright, I think this came together reasonably. The only thing I'm like really upset about is we don't have any like actual removal spells. We didn't see any scrap shots out of Bilgewater, we didn't see any of that 8 mana shuffle a thing away from Bilgewater, we didn't see any sunbursts out of Targon. We're just having to do everything in combat with challengers and vulnerables, so I'm not real stoked about that, but this is at least a pretty powerful start as far as our hand goes. Just have like actual no way to deal with Zed, so hopefully that's not gonna make an appearance here. And I feel pretty good about just going ahead and dropping Pool Shark. We have a pretty reasonable number of dudes that we could just drop next turn. Oh man, they came in the wrong order. I was like, all right. I was actually thinking in my head, I was like, this is going to be the time where we just like hit monkey business, and we get it going that way. Yeah, life's hard. I was like, this is going to be the best monkey business, just getting the free one out there. Alas, it was not meant to be. I'm curious how much health we need to try to preserve here. Like, if we can just roll out a Soraka. I don't think we need to do that.
Remember, you never saw me.
I mean, it'll die before our next turn rolls around. I guess it's like we'll still be in like essentially the same spot. If we play Soraka here and just can't attack with her, like we're not upset if we can't attack with Pool Shark.
Let me guide you.
There's a pretty good chance that he can't just like block and kill her.
They cannot strike what they cannot see.
Actually, you're welcome to attack too, friend. Uh-oh, have things changed? I didn't think so.
Give us some room.
Where's the artillery? Be at peace. Take heart.
This is fine. If the only thing they can have here is like a Twin Disciplines, and if he wants to get 2 for 1 on our Lounging Lizard, I'm pretty okay with it.
Eyes open.
There's no combat trick that lets him take down Soraka. Sure. It's a big investment, friend.
Yep, that's what I am.
Okay. And we'll just have to make sure we keep some mana banked, whether or not it's for the protection or the star shaping. We'll let this attack happen.
This one is mine.
This is just an easy astral protection. Okay, and then this leaves us lined up to where we have the mana. We shouldn't need to star shaping next turn, but we have the mana to do it. And then this Miss Fortune will be good here.
No prey.
To shut down his Kinku Lifeblade without another card.
Looking for a daring
Absolutely.
escape?
It's fantastic for us.
By starlight.
What's this?
Live with purpose. I weave my own fate.
Start drawing those cards. This monster 10 health Soraka is ready to get into combat.
Call that sneaky?
It's like he didn't realize that the Miss Fortune effect was there. It just took a pretty huge trade for not a lot of payoff.
These are dangerous lands.
I don't think we super care about this. I'm pretty cool with just I'm going to Sunblessed Vinegar our Miss Fortune, just to protect her a little bit more here, and then we're just going to go ahead and Nightfall our Eclipse Dragon. This is a spot we're looking to pick up some top end. Huge. We just got all the dragons. Start with Hired Gun.
You're cute when
I
you're
don't
armed.
think we're going to be lethal here, but a reasonable dude to just start pulling over. We should probably just plan on Chum the Waters, whatever he plays here. Can we just lethal him if he doesn't have another unit? 7, 10, 11 with the bonus 14? Okay.
By starlight. That bubble stuck well. You point, I shoot.
Seems reasonable, right? He has to block our Eclipse Dragon.
Take heart.
Sure. I mean, we don't have any damage on our units. we can't be using this Soraka.
Found me.
Okay, I don't think he's going to be able to come back from this one. I think we're in a pretty reasonable spot to have this one closed out. Sure.
Without a sound.
You got it, boss. It's like, here's my stuff. You're clearly not afraid. I might as well just let this end.
Stars will remember this day.
Cool, Larry. Good game, friend. All right. Oh man, there's the Tom Kench. I was pretty intent on just drafting, just building around Soraka, but Tom Kench is what makes it change. Just so good with everything going on in this deck. This is like exactly what happens every time we draft Shen. It's like we're like, okay, I'm ready to just draft Shen. You know, we're gonna do some kind of build around with him. We never do it. He always just turns into some kind of support champion, and I'm afraid this is what's gonna happen with Soraka here. The big thing that like is troublesome is like her flip is awful. It's just one of the. It's not like the worst spell in the game. It's just there's so many times where it doesn't do anything. Like even looking at that previous game, was there ever a point in time when we could heal more than one unit? I don't think. I mean, maybe, but not like meaningfully. It really only plays particularly well in like dragons. So, you know, we play like 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop dragon. Your opponent puts some blocks on them. You play a single combat, but they aren't completely dead, and then you just wish to close out the game. Sure, fine. But this style of deck where we have a whole bunch of cheap stuff and not a whole lot of top end, it's not going to play particularly well. So I think we do just have to go ahead and switch over to the Tom Kench. I can't do it. We said we're all right. We're sticking with this. If this was your run, if this was your run, I'd recommend you just take the Tom Kench. But we're gonna stick. We're gonna fully build around the Soraka. It's run 200. We're gonna do the full Soraka build around and not abandon her for our milestone run here. So we'll go ahead and take it. With these cards are reasonable, I guess. Okay. The struggles. Okay. Hope Soraka appreciates it. under normal circumstances, we would just abandon. But, I mean, we already got over the goose egg milestone, and so why not try to push this one to 7? He's not horrible. I mean, drawing a card every turn is not the worst thing you can be doing. It's a matter of whether or not you have the kind of self-damage outlets, which we don't have a whole lot of. I don't remember if we even found a Fortune Croaker. We did. We took one with pick 3, and that was the only one we saw, I believe. Man, are we going to face Porobot after one round into it? Nah, okay. Yasuo and Nivea. Okay. What that's supposed to look like. These don't seem like friends. Okay. I don't want to hang on to the lizard. It takes a bit of work to pull off. Like last game we had Soraka, and so he was fine, but if we aren't starting with her, then I don't particularly want that. Star Spring right off the bat. But yeah, well, we have to see what we can do with it. We don't have a whole lot of units that can sit around and survive the Star Spring, but I mean, drew a Lounging Lizard. We're gonna have some stuff. Right, 21 to go. I don't think we would need to Jaw Hunters here. I'm not like super interested in taking out this the Starlit Seer. Oh man, I just realized too. We're on this. Okay, we gotta make some edits after this game. We can't be sitting here on our Lee Sin card back. We bought the winter one, and I need to get my Sandari card back. Yeah, the things that matter. I think we're good to just go ahead and get in with the guy here. He's not going to have tricks that win this combat. It would specifically have to be a rush.
It's more time.
Flip jet? You're getting real close.
Sleep is for the guiltless.
Greedy as this. I don't think it's so bad.
To heal
Right, there's
and
not any combat
protect.
tricks that win this. We can just block Yasuo. Have fun attacking into this. Yep. Okay.
Not again. Fresh is
All right, we're just gonna spew out everything here. This turn's got to be moving. We should be able to just cut pretty close to taking down just about everything. Right, ready to deal damage to the 2/4 and the Soraka with our shakedown. We can play Bull Shark after combat. Oh, hang on. How does this even work? Deal 1 to an ally. We still want to hit Soraka with this. Deal 2 to an ally, grant 2 enemies vulnerable. I don't want to hit Yasuo with it because I'm just going to hook Yasuo with thing. I want to hit this So we can put Soraka in front of it, and then I guess we'll hit the Wild Claw since this is his next best unit.
I can be patient.
Looks like
Stars fall.
this. Heal you.
Off we go.
Then these.
Going harvesting.
Go here. Go here. Okay.
Live with purpose by the power of the stars. Take heart. Live with
How close are we now? 14 to go. Not bad, not bad.
This would be a good winter. No.
Okay.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
Not ideal. Not the end of the world.
Hope I didn't need that.
Okay, so we probably have to just take a chunk of damage here, but we're going to star shaping. We're not letting this go.
You never did believe me.
Take heart.
There'll be so much healing at the
So, Babs, how long have I got left?
Oh, my little please,
Still allows this to happen.
such things. Some things never dull. You pay first.
Can't win.
not an ideal set of cards. I think we just take the Destroyer. Just the cheapest one here. We need to keep getting on board. I don't think we're going to be a little bit far away from trying to pull this off with star shaping.
Take heart.
Not again.
But I think we can definitely get either Boxtopus Jaw Hunters, or we could just play both. I mean, the big thing here is Alpha Wildclaw, and we have ways to interact with him. How much damage do these have on them? We can heal up to, what is this going to be, plus 3, 4? As far as star shaping is concerned. Yeah, it's not a huge deal. Okay, so again, Soraka's going to come in, hook Weirding Stones. This thing can hook here, let you go through unimpeded. Let's add both of our challengers.
Pablo's been down, but his knee out. Danger pays.
Okay, so we're just going to get hit with harsh winds here, which I think is
By
okay.
starlight.
Ring a flippin' bell.
Need you to survive.
Listen and learn.
Aye, right. Should have stayed home, pal.
Okay. That'll have to be okay. You can harsh winds through 2 of these
Take
combats.
heart.
Yep.
Blessed by snow and stars. My win streak better than eating. These old eyes still see far and clear.
Get bloody, get paid.
Okay, I think he's kind of far away from lethal here. He only has the one overwhelm, which is the big problem.
Knocked and ready.
Sure. So how's this going to go? We want to put hired gun in front of this thing. We're just going to get to play 1 unit. I guess we might as well just play something that can block Yone. And if he tries to get clever behind, we can still play a 1-drop Impulse Shark.
A game. Go on then.
We'll lose our Soraka. It's not the end of the world.
Arrows at the ready.
doesn't even seem that ideal from his point of view. Because that could be it. If the extent of his turn is a hook kill on Soraka, I feel like that's a pretty big win for us. That goes away from Star Spring 7. 15 to 22. I don't know how hard that is to see on video. And I guess there's also a world where,
Life and death on the
assuming we don't die here, there's a world where we can just kill him with Slippery Wave Rider plus Lounging Lizard.
Ooh, got some
But let's see how this looks first.
something the matter.
7. Okay. Works for me.
Scratched. Honor wasn't worth both our lives.
Okay. So what are the chances we just get him with elusives here if he's not playing not playing a card? Okay, I think this is fine. We can we can go about this a couple ways. We can get our Wave Rider down so we have 7 elusive damage, and we can also chum the water as one of these 1 health units to try to push through 4 damage from a different angle. So he really needs to have like a Harsh Winds or 2 Frostbites or something.
Never see me coming.
Okay. Print. Game print.
My pocket.
So yeah, Soraka getting the work done. a little closer than I would have liked. Cool. What do we get here? Oh man, this is tough. Monkey Business is so bad, but then it's like 2 of the activators in the Croaker and the Boxtopus. I think we just have to get rid of Monkey Business. This card's just horrible. Like Prowling Cutthroat does stuff. It doesn't do a lot of stuff in this deck, but it does stuff. Pull Shark's still a great unit, but Monkey Business is just so terrible. I think we have to get rid of it. And then, what is this? Let's give it 3 Wave Riders? That's way too many. But I think we just have to take the opportunity to get rid of this card. It's just actual do nothing. Okay. Alright, good stuff. Switch from the old the Soraka deck to Slippery Wave Rider deck. I wonder if people remembered the dot deck ages ago, before Magic Arena, before Magic Online. There was a program called Apprentice that stored all of your decks in the dot deck format. So you had all kinds of deck names that just ended in dot deck. That was the clever way to refer to your deck on the internet at the time. Solid 18 years ago. Okay, so always happy to start with the champions. It is a little awkward being on the even attacks, trying to pull off this hired gun, but you know, it's fine. This is our big complaint on the day, that I think we're doing okay. Is this Lisa and Fiora? Okay. I don't really want to just bank the whole way. This is like... Oh, hang on. Alright, come on, bud. Yeah. Okay, well... We're getting some vulnerables down here, but I feel like we can chum the waters, and then depending on what he does, we may be able to get some kind of hired gun play in here. He's probably just going to add Fiora, but this is reasonable.
Tenacity through trial.
Success gets
Make
you
you play
noticed
it.
around here.
Oh man, this is scary. If he just passes, what's he gonna do? Is he just gonna hit a, you know, it's just like, oh, he has that combat trick. Oh man, is he gonna twin disciplines? I think this is okay.
Don't
I'll
stand in
take
my
the spell
way.
for our unit if he has it.
Hello!
Hello. Hello.
Hello!
Okay. I believe that happened. Just going for the big Fey folk. Yeah. Oh, all right, come on, bud.
Petricide, protect me.
As it stands, I mean, we'll just take the hit from this thing. We want to get Miss Fortune down, but there is a world where he doesn't attack here, so I feel like we have to just play something. But this is still reasonable. Just add Miss Fortune. If he
Looking
has
for
like a
trouble?
confront,
It found
then
you.
fine, you did it, buddy. But otherwise, I want to get this down. Then we can add Soraka box to us next turn, and it should be pretty reasonable. Okay.
Pablo's been down, but his knee out.
It's weird. I don't know what's going on here, unless he's just trying to like what you run into with these decks. It's like you'll have hands that are just like all combat tricks, but you tend to get to a point where you're trying to trade like tricks for your opponent's cards. Just not what he's been doing here.
Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage.
Okay, so I mean we have Miss Fortune hooks on both of his units. These should be good enough for the kills.
Set the hooks. Bring
And
the
he has to
fucking
be tricking
bow.
out of this, right?
Should have stayed
Kitty.
home, pal.
Then we want this on the left. If he's gonna do any like plus attack shenanigans, we want him to cap out at 20. Sure.
Contain magic.
Oh, bud. Okay, we don't have answers for that. It's gonna have to be okay.
Hell of a day. This world has such great potential.
Okay, and I don't think we can ever get a kill here. Oh, bud, come on. We can definitely citrus courier here. But I don't think that's going to be enough. We do want to just go ahead and open, though. So let's do this. I have to assume he's going to have a combat trick.
Ooh, you wee scruff.
Let's actually do it
Where
like
are
this.
you off to?
Right, we'd probably rather get this thing out of here at this point. If this hook kills Soraka, we're pretty okay with it. We're about to start dropping huge dudes. Here's to him not having standalone. Alright, bud, you gotta get down. Oof. That was your kitty time for the round is over. Alright, sure. Don't think, I mean, we could technically play the courier. Just don't think it does anything here. Let's just have the sea monster. Right, as it stands, what we have to assume is going to happen next turn is he's going to hook Soraka, sea monster, then we can just star shaping Soraka to protect from one of the hooks. You should trade barring a barrier. I think this is fine.
Show them what we're made of.
A game. Go on then.
This isn't just lethal, right? I just had to stop and do the mathematics.
Where you going?
Or, How much do we care to just take this damage and then, like, this is fairly unfortunate if we say put Pool Shark in front of Cythria and then he barriers. So what if we just don't block? Like, we're not at super risk of dying and then we get this dragon off the board. I think I'm kind of okay with that. Can protection or Soraka. I'd probably rather just not attack with it. These look reasonable, the White Flame Protector and the Charger. Given the size of his dudes.
Been a long
Oh,
path
the
to get
Cythrias, jeez, bro. Alright, just the one, I guess. We aren't super capable of blocking here. Everything's gonna have fearsome. And we have 1, 2, oh Jesus. Okay. This one's done.
fall by my sword.
We block 2, we're gonna take 8, 8, 5, 13. Alright, well, we're not dead. Well, if I'm tossed. Well, I guess that's what we're playing. Okay, well, I guess the game's not as over as we thought it was.
Slow down, will you?
Oh man, this dude just had like everything at every turn. Take 6, which is a 6, 12, 14. We can star shaping through it. Well, we can still Wave Rider and have enough mana to star shaping. Double Whimsy, double Cythria, double Scouts. You got all the doubles. Alright, no riposte. Riposte would have been fairly brutal.
Nothing stands in our way.
I think I'm just gonna risk it. We don't like what are we gonna do if we don't get in with this like Wave Rider and do Citrus Courier shenanigans next turn? Guess we'll just... What are we going to do with Living Legends? I don't think we'll have time to ever do this. Can play the Scourge. God, I wish there was a hide button like on Hearthstone. So Sith 3, I should die. Need some damages. Yeah, I think we want... Is this lethal? This would just be a lethal, right? 8, 4, 12. No way he has riposte, right? If he has riposte, he would have spent it on the previous attack. It's not even lethal. Okay. We gonna get him here? Okay. Now that I realized I took an elusive, I'm feeling a lot better about this game. I think we might have got this one.
Out before they know they're bleeding.
Uh-oh, that's scary. Maybe we don't have this one. What's happening, Kazuki? It's getting mad. Is this where we're supposed to start emoting? Which It's not how we do it, boys. We'll just think it. We won't actually push it. So just hover over the good game emote. Did we get some rage quit? Yes, he has to have dropped the phone in the toilet, right? He wouldn't just be rolling this out for this long. He just had in his head. He's like, we got him. We got our double Sith 3, a double Scout, double Whimsy draw. There's no way FTP Bust can win this game.
You won't feel it at first.
Here comes a sharp sight. Okay. All right. Should be dead now. I don't know why that took so long. It took an awful long time to think up. Sure.
Follow my lead.
Okay.
Here we go.
That seemed like pretty straightforward line that didn't require roping, but it is what it is. Your opponent's tapped out. You got to play your cards exactly right. Okay. Anywho, let's take a look here. Certainly don't want any more Slippery Wave Riders. I kind of want to keep our build-around dude here. I don't think we need more hired guns. We have enough of these effects now. Let's keep the cheap value unit here. Let's go ahead and skip this one. Oop. Alright, we beat Zed last time. Lots of just full Ionia today. It's strange. Oh man, I keep forgetting to set our settings. Man, I'm never gonna do this right. This is fine. This is all around reasonable start.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets. Be brave. Shh, quietly.
Is he gonna play a conspirator? Like, why would you just lead with a Blade Scout? Yeah,
Act natural. I got you.
I'm still good to scrap.
Quietly now.
Okay, let's get this Soraka down. He's gonna just have to take these hits. He can't just drop Zed after we play Soraka.
Let me guide you. By starlight. Remember my
Oh, you wee scrub.
live with purpose.
Sure. Works for me. It's a 2-for-1. 5 mana for 2 mana works for me. Okay. I think we can flip Soraka next turn. Then we can gem at the end of it. No, hang on. No, I was thinking I was just going to heal all of my dudes.
Remember, you never saw me.
The wings! To me!
Right. Another round of things that seem reasonable. Sure.
Yep, that's,
So yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and full board here. I mean, we can lead with the Fortune Croaker. We'll pop Soraka since she's going to attack and heal herself. We should be able to target down something, whatever his play is here. It's not cool, man.
Take heart.
We'd rather just make a vulnerable play now. Like, we can play Hired Gun, pop this thing with the Shell Shocker. Then we still have a gem backup if we need it.
Success
like it.
gets you noticed around here.
It's so hard for them to play 4 mana units that we really care about. Ionia just doesn't have any. If he had 5 mana and could play Jeweled Protector, it would be a different story. But at 4, they just, I don't know, is he gonna play another Concussive Palm or something?
There's always a way out.
Sure.
Where's the artillery?
This one's trouble.
Works for me. And we're gonna lose our lizard unless we can pick up another spell. He's not super important to keep around at this stage of the game. So how do we want this to pan out? I think we're good. Let's just go ahead and Chum the Waters on this thing. I'll block it with Longtooth if he feels like attacking, and if he doesn't, we'll probably just kill him next turn. He does have this Concussive Palm that he's going to want to use, but it's not going to stop a whole lot of damage. Okay.
Yep, that's what I am.
You leave me no choice. Live with purpose. The possibilities are infinite.
What's he going to do? Is he want to just Concussive Palm
You
our big
call
unit?
that sneaky?
This doesn't seem ideal. Oh goodness! Expecting to palm Longtooth and just block over here, and then he only takes 7 damage, falls to 3. It's not a good spot to be in, but it's better than nothing. Okay.
Not again.
Be
Fall into
brave.
1.
Looking for a daring escape?
So he's just gonna have like one. Oh, okay. I was gonna say he's gonna have like one monster unit in his hand, but he boosted the Conspirator. This is awkward. Like I want to. I think let's just spend. Not the ideal dragon. not what we were really hoping for, and Cautagrin and a 1-drop Celestial, but I don't think we're in a spot to be doing a whole lot of bitching right now. So I think this will be okay.
I have consulted the stars and they are bored.
Come on, dude. Well, these people are open for. They just added in the new Tom Bank stuff. this stuff should be all going faster.
Yep, that's my tail.
You'll soon understand my methods.
Okay. This guy can at least contest a Jolt Protector. I assume we're going to be like blocking something
Hang
here.
on, Fuzzball.
Hey,
Keep your head down, okay?
It's a lot of elusives.
Walk softly, strike quickly.
All right. Three. Let me figure out what's going on here. That's a 5-attack inspired mentor, 5-attack conspirator. So this would only hit the 3/3. We're planning on just blocking this this Greenglade duo with our now 4/5 unit. Then I want to play Wish afterwards.
Time to enjoy the night sky.
Can't take the Scourge
Take
because he can
heart.
just pop us with Concussive Palm.
Live
So
with
I do want to
purpose.
take this. We're just going to be sacrificing our unit, aren't we? He's never getting an attack in.
Just want a word, mate.
Don't need to draw the card. Okay. Okay, our spell shield overwhelmed dude should be enough to get the job done here. Needs 2 spells. Oh, is he gonna have 2 spells? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay. Can still do this, but he returns it to hand. He did these in the wrong order. Oh no, he wants the unit from Concussive Palm. All right.
I'm not afraid. Just a wee bit late.
Let's see if he's got a unit. Doesn't appear to.
Stars fall.
Where are you off to?
Where's the artillery?
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Oh man, he's out here blocking stuff. That doesn't seem good for us.
I'm not afraid.
Let's see, there's nothing in Ionia for 2 mana. Yeah. Okay. Good game, friend.
Ow!
The stars will remember this day.
All right, cool. Taking the Soraka. You have to survey the board to see if we're going to be upset about it. I think I'd still rather have the 2 Tom Kenches here, but I don't know. So Soraka's starting to grow on me. She's certainly a step above things like a Lulu. Alrighty. See if we can't push this to 7. This is getting pretty close to a full value run. If y'all are watching on Thanksgiving, they canceled a football game, so you gotta have something to do in your evening. Why not? Why not just watch me play some Soraka? Okay, let's start with the cutthroat.
Eyes up here.
So a reasonable chance we
It won't
boost
feel
this
like
butcher,
it
because there's a reasonable chance this Soraka isn't going to be doing anything. But I mean, we can shake down next turn.
A game. Go on then.
I can't really imagine a scenario where we're going to want to do that, but
Don't mind me, mate.
easy Heimer. Curious what the build around is here.
Thought you'd never ask.
He's certainly got the Ezreal.
Can't win.
I'll be quick.
With him just like spewing this out like this, I have to assume that he's probably not an Ezreal deck. But I just don't want to let this sit around here.
No way.
We should have probably should have put the shakedown damage onto Lounging Lizard, since it's not going to survive to our next turn. But I didn't want this unit that we're trying to send into Ezreal to fall to a
The journey
just
is
a
difficult.
piece of damage.
These will protect you.
So, Mebs, how long have I got left? Oh, my little prisoner, don't worry about such things.
Sure.
Protector.
Hope I didn't need that.
See if we can't get some aggression going here. The assembly bot we don't have a great answer for. We don't have any silences in our deck. This feels like he's trying to bait, but
Let me
I
guide
think we're good to still just run out Soraka.
you. You leave me no choice. You won't feel it. Live with purpose.
I want to go home.
Box number 2. Sure.
Yep, that's my tail.
Alright, alternate paths to victory. It's a little late. This is a little bit better earlier in the game, but let's go ahead and drop it.
Ah, the sweet smell of science.
Okay.
Just when I needed assistance.
Not a huge scary chunk of damage. His blocks are all horrible here. I think we should be able to do a lot of value grinding here, especially when we're sitting on Eclipse Dragon.
Danger pays.
Sitting on our answer to Ezreal. Or Ezreal, Heimerdinger. Interesting.
Going harvesting.
Yes, just have another removal spell, right? You don't just gotcha that dude when you're about to lose your Heimer. Okay, that makes sense. And I'm gonna go ahead and play Jagged Butcher. He's getting pretty wide here and is going to want to be doing a lot of attacking. And we're good to just play Terror of the Deeps next turn. We don't need to be adding Eclipse Dragon.
Nozzle design enables rapid projectile firing.
This is a reasonably scary board. Our deck is not good at interacting.
I've gotta get out of here.
Okay, I think we're good to just take 5.
Say your farewells.
We're not in a place to be racing here. We have the second Jaw Hunters to try to take down this Heimer.
That light.
Got a lot of width here. We need to gotta get the big dudes on board. Can't handle this for too long. I mean, these aren't huge turrets, but
A sturdy construction. Yeah.
how uninteractive our deck is, it's kind of a problem. I don't flip the Heimer. Come on, Star Spring, just do a little bit, do a little bit more.
It's smaller than a diagram. Advancing collective knowledge.
But this, we knew this was not going to be good once this Heimer stuck. This is a champion that's pretty impossible to beat once he's been on the board for a while.
No, I haven't seen those yodel tricksters.
Sure. Right now we're kind of in this weird spot to where we have to hook the kind of have to hook assembly bot and hope for the best, but we really we'll try to take down Heimer.
Vessel's small, but she ain't lacking courage.
And fire!
Fell into him.
I want to do this because reasonably the only unit he has that should be able to kill our big dude is his big dude, and this is a fine trade. And if he has a way to win this combat, the game's just over anyways. So
Added to the bug list. Don't
feels
blink.
positive. Wow, when he was an Ezreal deck. Wow. Wow.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
This can't even block. Okay, this one's done.
Woohoo!
Man, that's brutal. they're built to Ezreal, but they just get you with the Heimer play. Anywho, I'm cool to get rid of Chum the Waters, but Slotbot's just not super good. I guess he does have a lot of toughness, which can be good with all this healing stuff. But I think we just want another Star Shaping. Be okay with that. Actually okay with this Pale Cascade as well, but I don't really want to get rid of our Pulse Sharks. It's like the thing that's unfortunate with our deck in this state, and there's just not really been anything we can do about it, is this is the first combat trick we've seen. I guess if you want to count Blessing of Targon, we've passed on some of those. But the big thing is we just haven't seen a removal spell this run. We haven't seen a Scrap Shot, we haven't seen an Undertow, haven't seen a Sunburst. And so it would be nice to have something like that, so we could do more than just try to jam our units into combat and hope for the best, because that hope for the best also doesn't have any combat tricks to go along with it. So I think our top end is okay. We can live without this Star Shaping. Chum the Waters is like the only way we can pick and choose a unit to deal with between Chum the Waters and Shakedown. I don't think we can get rid of it. I think we can pick up this third Star Shaping though. Okay. right. Back and fresher than ever. Night of sleep in a shower. New outfit. Haircut. Shave. Everything you need to prepare for a game of Runeterra. We had it. Oh yeah, and I remembered the most important things. We went and changed the board, set it to our RE card back. We're ready to go. Things are looking up now, looking good. Lots of Ezreal today. I'm glad to see he's picking up. He's much stronger since the update to his flip. But still, I would expect this to be a Callista deck. She's just so much more powerful than Ezreal. Okay, and I think we can get by with just leading with the Shell Shocker. We already have all these good 2-drops, so there's no real need to be dropping Pole Shark here. We should be in a pretty reasonable spot to Hired Gun whatever he plays, and then the Sea Monster on 3 is still particularly good. It probably just trades for 3 mana, but lots of options here.
Success gets you noticed around here.
Okay, yeah, I think we still want to lead with the Jaw Hunters, so he can either play a 3 that'll probably trade with our 3, or just take a huge hit of damage. Yep, that's fine.
You point, I shoot.
And he missed. It's unfortunate for you, friend. A little unfortunate. Cool. I don't think I'm quite willing to just trade away the goat here. Maybe we should. There's just so many. There are the cards that can let this thing just cycle away. Feels a little greedy to just try to leave these things on board. So I mean, we can pull Shark, Cutthroat, Hired Gun, which I think is reasonable. Now that I think on it more, and I do want to take this Wraith Collar down. No, easy game. Easy. Okay. Interesting. We want to be hanging on to the Codger. We still need to hang on to these self-damaging units. I'm kind of interested in just picking up another Mountain Goat. The Sunblessed Vigor is fairly weak here, although Astral Protection is pretty good. We don't have any plunders to really be taking advantage of this Cutthroat, so maybe we do just go ahead and cycle it out of our deck. Because, you know, the one thing we've been bitching about a lot, you know, we don't have any way to interact. We don't have a Sunburst, Scrap Shot, what have you. And so at least, if you know, we're interacting with all of these challengers, so we should probably hang on to these combat tricks to help take advantage of our challengers. I think this is fine. This is our 3rd Astral Protection. Yeah, works for me. I'm still pretty big on this card, especially in this deck with the Sorakas and the Star Spring. Yeah, it's like the big problem we run into is like I think we can go toe to toe with like the control type decks. Like we have enough invokes to really go to town. We have Nightmare Dragon or whatever he's called. The thing that worries me is kind of something more along the lines of Yetis, or even this Sea Monsters deck we're about to run into, where they can you know, kind of get on board fast with just big dudes. Ooh, starting with Star Spring. All right. Well, if you're ever going to do it with Star Spring in a deck that doesn't have Tom Kench in it, I think this is This is what that start needs to be looking like. I think we should just go ahead and get on board. We're not in a huge hurry with anything that's going on here. As well make our units good. Get full value out of these. Let's start with Shell Shocker. We're happy to go ahead and trade this one off.
If I kill you, I don't fortune, stupid.
Right, cool. So we'll get to draw the card off of Soraka this turn. Let's just start with Bull Shark.
We playing
Play the Bull Shark, play Soraka, then we'll shake down 2 of his units. She can attack leading with the Codger.
Every step, a new
Heal
journey.
herself, flip, get to draw the card. All works good to me. Okay, we want this one on the left so that he only gains 2 health.
Stars
Do
fall.
Soraka this thing, smaller units,
Are you, spirit?
put him down here in the wasteland.
Take heart by the power of the stars. Live with purpose. Take heart.
Okay. Yeah, we really just need Tom. Nothing we can do about that thing, but we're happy to go ahead and just give it
Get you noticed around here.
vulnerable, and then we can bank the 3 spell mana, try to get Miss Fortune going next turn. Not next turn yet. And one of the unfortunate things of having Star Spring on the board, I think we're gonna have to just sacrifice something to get Miss Fortune down, but let's see what he goes. Let's see what he does. We want to be drawing a card off of the Soraka, so it's okay to just cycle away one of these smaller dudes.
Another day in paradise.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
Oh, cool. That's fine. He's 100% attacking this turn. Oh, I forget he gets Longtooth. Maybe she's not. So we want this to look like this. You're coming in here.
wee scruff.
Oh, I hear them.
Let's actually do this. I don't think we super care about this Miss Fortune. Oh god. Okay, I thought I misclicked on something. I want to be drawing more cards
Time
here.
to enjoy the
So we
night
want this
sky.
Codger to survive this attack.
Live with purpose. Take heart.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Mwah.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage.
I think I saw her at the used ship emporium.
Okay. Whatever he does here should be okay. We're good to just Astral Protection or star shaping, whatever we need to do. We do need to be closing out this game. He's about to get these sea monsters online. He's basically like one submerge, whatever the draw a bunch of cards thing is called. Let's bank. Have we drawn? I wish there was a way to see if we'd already drawn. Take us to 13 on the Star Spring. Yeah, I think I'd rather just bank here. Ooh, there's a good chance we're going to need to send the Star Shaping to face to outlast this Neverglade Collector. As it stands, we just don't have a way to be dealing with this thing.
Live with purpose. Take heart.
Now we do.
A game. Go on then.
Okay, I think we just have to just go ahead and draw hunters.
Fresh is worth at least twice
We
as
take
much.
this thing down. We should still have all of the rest of our attacks here are still good. He's gonna have to start interacting with this collector at some point.
Bounty board knows me name.
Stars fall.
Trick shot.
Live with purpose. Take heart.
Say your farewells.
It's for
Love
me.
ya.
Scratched. No.
Do we want to just? We should probably just go ahead and Star Shaping, right? Just to be efficient with our manas. Next turn, if we want to get Eclipse Dragon down, we can go to Eclipse Dragon. If we want to get Rummel down, we can just play it. I think this is fine. These Behold of Celestials, we don't have enough. We just really have the Star Shaping as our invokes. I think we just have to take the Destroyer. Like we can play Mountain Goat, play Eclipse Dragon, pick up a Celestial that way, but that feels a little greedy. This is really close. What are we at? 6 away. I just make him deep, 4 away. So you can't go deep this turn without like 2 jettisons.
Never surrender!
I'll be damned.
Live with purpose.
We totally went deep before the deep tech did. That's the way to do it. What's he at, 11? I don't think we even need to attack with Soraka anymore. I think we just want to get our elusives down and then try to play Mind Splitter the next turn. Let's get these guys moving.
Everyone's got a secret.
And I think it's a little greedy to just go for it when our star spring is so close to flipping. We don't want to just get blown out by like a Vile Feast or something here. But I was thinking we could just add the Mountain Goat. The elusives are guaranteed to get in and take him to 2, and then either a Soraka or Codger Punch will close out the rest of the way. But I don't think we need to do that. Yeah, see, gotten punished fairly hard. Okay.
Not again.
Not super worried about any of these. He's not in a real good spot to attack. Like, you can just put Eclipse Dragon in front of Terror of the Tides. Be pretty close to closing this game out. How far is he from deep? 2? But he's tapped out. Alright, we're ready to block.
Live with purpose. Take heart.
Hope I didn't need that. Listen and learn.
That should do it. If not, it should be pretty close. Yeah, things like this, yeah, you gotta actually kill our units. Okay, it's 2 damage closer. We can heal this one up for 3. To get us up to 5 damage. Should be enough. Okay. All of the innovations. I think this will just close out. We can play Wish and heal enough damage for Star Spring. Oh nope, he lost. Yeah, Star Spring just wins the game. It doesn't care about what his health total is.
Come to me.
Okay,
Live.
good game, friend.
Live with purpose. Take heart.
Together at last.
When do you win the game with this? Oh, at the round end. Okay. Sure. Got it. Alright, well done, Star Spring. It took
Today we have
forever.
determined our own fate.
It takes a lot of work with that thing when you don't have Tom Kench. Okay, what can we do here? We certainly don't want any more slippery wave riders. I like having the shakedown. That's played particularly well here. Good, just great activator with Soraka. And I think I want to keep the card draw with the Bull Shark. We can skip all of these. I think we're really just looking for like self-damage units, and then we're looking for interaction. And to a degree, we'd like to get rid of these slippery wave riders since we've picked up the Eclipse Dragon and the Rumble. We don't need... we never needed 3 of these, but certainly like to get rid of 1 or 2 of those. Okay. Let's get in that final battle. Who knew? This is the Soraka build around is just so much better than trying to build around like a Lulu or Shen. She just does so much more. Like the problem that I tend to run into with like with say like Shen, it's not as bad as it used to be, where when he only had like 2 attack and you would attack into a 3/3 and your opponent just blocks, and then he just can't attack anymore the rest of the game. To a lesser degree applies to Lulu, but when she gets flipped, she has the barrier thing, and then she's a lot easier to flip than the other ones. But with this Soraka just being able to attack over and over, it's pretty juicy. That self heal is much more evident than it seems. This is fine. I don't think we're in a huge hurry to get this Bull Shark Croaker thing going. Double parlay plus his invoke unit. Not invoke, whatever, the plunder guy. Do some nabbing.
We playing bilge rules, son?
Maybe we should have led with the. I still think we should have led with that one unit. Oh man, this is bad. We're gonna Sunblessed Vigor our thing, then we can get Soraka going with it. I'm on board. It's gonna be making some huge toughness dudes. Okay, well, we don't have to let Shakedown go, but I guess probably what we want to do here. What are we doing otherwise? Not a whole lot. And then we won't have our heals for his next turn. Yeah. Let's be real, this Bull Shark's gonna fall pretty quickly. We just go ahead and draw the card.
Ooh, got some fight in ya.
Okay. Yeah, if we're gonna get the Soraka down, I think we just take the 4-hit here. That's going to be fine.
We shall weave our own destiny.
Pretty tough for him to even kill this. Right? He lost 2 parlays off of this thing. Yeah, good deal.
Blood and guts, golden glory.
What you got? Oh man, it's gonna play some kind of spell. Okay. Is this even gonna hit our... It's hitting all of our units. Okay. Let's see where that gets us.
Can't win.
You leave me no choice. Live with purpose.
Not a bad start.
We'll need a fleet to tow that carcass.
Just assume this turn is fairly similar to last turn, where he doesn't really want to be attacking into Soraka. If we're able to pull off this Jaw Hunter's Miss Fortune and the Citrus Courier, that's going to be a huge go at it here. Okay, perfect. This is 1 away.
No prey, no pay.
It's gonna flip next turn.
Danger pays.
This is fine. We lose both of our Jaw Hunters to take this down. We end up with a Citrus Courier. I think that's reasonable.
By starlight. Take heart.
Love love ya.
Ugh.
Blood and salt.
You do not have answers to Nautilus in this deck. That is a certainty. I have no idea what we're even supposed to do about this thing, other than just slam units into it over and over again. I think we probably have to just pivot.
Time to enjoy the night sky.
Stare at the abyss. It'll stare back. We'll need a fleet to tow that carcass.
Yeah, we're pretty toast this game.
The deep awakens.
Sure. Man, he's even. Oh, I guess he did just play Nautilus, so he's got them all in his deck still. All right, this one's done. We're not. Let's save some time here on this. Let's be real. This isn't happening.
Such hatred in their hearts.
I think we could have dealt with it if it wasn't Nautilus. Just too big. We could deal with jamming like 7 stats into that dude over and over again, but anyways. I don't want any more Wave Riders. Our 1 Rummel is good. I am happy to pick up more Fortune Croakers. We have the ways to get vulnerable. It's not ultimately a super important card for us to have, where the Croaker is pretty important. But right, as far as that previous game went, if he's just playing like the 4/4 and the 7/5, the Shuffles Treasures and stuff, we can just throw stats in front of that forever, but it's going to take us like 4 and 5 and 6 cards to just take down a Nautilus, and that's way too much. Way too much. It's Ezreal and Nivea. Okay. I don't think we want to start with this Pool Shark. We already have enough going on here.
Get bloody.
We'll
Get
probably just
paid.
slam in now. Excuse me. Oop. I think with the box plus right, we can still Sunblessed Vigor if we want. That was ultimately fairly awkward. I don't think it's a huge deal. Let's go ahead and add Pool Shark, and we'll just pass on the turn.
We playing bilge
I don't think we
rules,
need to be in a
son?
huge hurry here. It is going to be a problem when he ultimately drops a Nivea on us, but I have to assume he's probably playing an Ezreal deck here.
Time for a true display of skill. No more of your crap soup, lassie, please. It's a
This is fine. We can Sunblessed Vigor whatever he tries to Mystic Shot. I have to assume he's going to try to Mystic Shot our Boxtopus, which is okay.
gotcha.
And then we can get our Wave Rider online next turn.
These jewels are more than mere trinkets.
Charged.
Okay, good. So this way, I mean, I'm not really suspecting that this Boxtopus will be able to take down Ezreal, but oh man, he just picked up a Soraka. Okay, well, I'm on board. I do want to go ahead and heal first, at least if he's going to try to play any manner of the 1 damage cards that our dude will be protected. But
Heard there was a little fella asking
well, interesting.
for me.
That seems great
Be
for
at
us.
peace.
Aye, right. Should have stayed home, pal.
Don't stand in my way.
Doing this. These can't attack. We need the misfortune for that kind of thing to be happening.
Take heart.
Cool, cool. Seems like a reasonably good spot to be in.
Here in your time of need.
So what all is this going to ace? Right now it's just a bull shark and a hired gun. I don't think we need those. We can take the hit from this thing. This is never attacking. And as it stands, we can put Boxtopus in front of a Nivea and then hook the egg next turn. This seems really awkward. I feel like he doesn't really want to be attacking with that. But let's at least go ahead and replace one of our smaller units in case he's coming in here.
I bring the storm.
Skilp, you're behind!
Can't block. It doesn't seem necessary. Okay. So, I mean, what it is just like a troll chant so that this thing goes off.
Rend the
Okay, sure.
skies.
I've always been a fun guy.
Rest in ice.
What are we going to do? Let's play the Fortune Croaker first. So we're going to croak. Who do we want to heal? Well, I guess probably do want to just heal the lizard.
For silver I
So
talk,
play
for
him and go
gold
ahead and
I
just put the
listen.
damage on him.
You're not the only one, Babs. Huh?
Awkward. Okay, well, let's clear our board space then.
How long have I got left? Oh, my little prisoner, don't worry about such things.
So I want to get these heals. It's kind of sucked to. Well, none of his blockers can actually kill Soraka.
Stars fall.
So I think this is okay.
Live with purpose. I weave my
We could do
own
some card drawing next turn. Okay, I'm on board with this.
Not again.
I understand. Take heart. Live with purpose.
Okay, seems fairly safe. I assume he's probably going to have an answer to this slippery wave rider, but beyond that, not super worried about what's happening here. Yep. And ultimately, like my big concern with this game is what are we going to do about this this Anivia? We need to try to get Jal Hunters going. It makes me feel better that he did just play a what's it called? Play a Static Shock. So he's played a Static Shock and a Make It Rain. Should be a little tougher for him to just be able to deal a 1 damage ping. This is probably not super successful, but I think that's fine. Then we can Hired Gun, Yeti, attack with this. I don't think we're super worried about saving Lounging Lizard. Let's do this.
Success gets you noticed around here.
Okay, yeah, we already drew our card for the turn. Jal Hunters is fine.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage.
There's an answer to the egg.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Okay, let's see if we can do it.
You leave me no choice.
I need a rubber chick. Set the hooks.
It's not profitable whatsoever. This is fine.
Take heart. Live with purpose.
Okay.
Better than you. They grow up so fast. Where do you stand?
Like he's gonna have something to try to protect this egg. He wouldn't just be passing for no reason. Oh, buddy, beautiful.
For life.
Sorry to see you go, Soraka, but we got bigger plays that need to be made here.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. I thought you'd never ask.
Don't think there's a real reason to be digging for an answer for this.
This world
I think we just want to play Soraka, then we'll play an Eclipse Dragon. We'll be deep next turn with the Devourer. Okay. So he should be too far away to kill us with Ezreals. We can do stuff with Star Shaping here.
Watch and learn.
Can't we just kill him with the Scourge next turn? That's probably worth a shot.
Charged.
How much buff cap are we at? Like a damage a turn's worth. I don't think. This has to just be overly greedy, right? We have to just plan on playing Star Shaping here. Well. Just one? that makes it tempting, but I think we have to start shaping this turn. So let's just add Jal Hunters.
Blood and guts.
At least make him have an answer as far as Ezreal's concerned.
I got ways to find me mushrooms.
And then it's like we can get in.
Stars fall.
You point, I shoot.
Going harvesting.
Take heart.
Oh god, I forgot we're drawing cards. Oh man, oh god, we're just dead, aren't we? He can burst kill us. There's nothing we can do about that. Shit. Play a spell. I didn't even consider that we were going to be drawing cards. Oh man. We shouldn't have been out of that one. I don't think we win that game. I think we die to those puff caps very frequently the next turn, but oh man, we definitely should have Star Shapinged in the middle of that attack. Brutal. So yeah, I don't want to say we were going to be winning, but definitely shouldn't have been losing. Okay, I can't tell if Elevar Guardian's gonna go. We usually have like the desktop thing up. Okay, that pulled up. Good deal. And so yeah, I think this turned out better than expected. I've always had this like real aversion of drafting, like not drafting 3 of a champion, and I think probably realistically the best bet that you could hope with is probably 2 Sorakas and 2 Tom Kenches. And be okay. I think generally with these style of decks, you're probably given the choice to play Tom Kench. We saw him in what do we call them these the pick 17 and whatever the other pick with the other champion picks. We could have taken 2 Tom Kenches, but I'm not like real stoked about having 1 Miss Fortune, 1 Soraka, 2 Tom Kench. I did want to see how it played out to fully just go after Soraka. And it did feel pretty reasonable here. I was happy with how this panned out. And so she's really pushed up in my books from just being something that we're just going to have one copy of. And now with the addition of Starspring, I do feel a little better about drafting 3 copies of this. It still feels ultimately like we're probably going to find a way to not draft Soraka. It feels like Shen, right? We have a lot of good games with Shen. It's just there's just more powerful things you can be doing. But as far as this goes, there is a ton of card draw, and so I'm just kind of like spitballing here. But I think the way that we could end up having this go is I think it probably comes down to if you can start with Soraka and Tom Kench and go for the 2 for 2. Interesting. At any rate, when it comes down to building this full build around Soraka, I don't, I'd say you're likely going to be pivoting away from this, but I do want to try this again where we just have like 2 copies and 2 copies of something else, but that something else needs to be not Miss Fortune. She doesn't play particularly well in this deck. But for you on your own, if you're out there trying to draft these Soraka build-arounds, the number one big thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pair this up with Bilgewater. That's where all of these value units are, all of these self-damage units, all the ways to get movement onto your own guys to power up this Soraka. If she's not drawing cards for you every turn or threatening to draw cards every turn, then it's just not worth it, right? And so we did have a few awkward moments in that game where all of our units were just fully held up and we didn't have any ways to be drawing cards every turn. That's your way out of it, be it the Codger, Shakedown, Box to Post, Lounging Lizard, just some kind of way to be dealing self-damage every turn. And if you want to be pulling that off, you have to be in Bilgewater. I guess, technically you could try to do this with Noxus. I just don't think that's going to be quite as good. The payoff of having either a giant challenger unit or drawing cards is much bigger than dealing 2 damage to your opponent one time. So, if you're looking to build the Soraka build around, key thing number 1, pair it up with Bilgewater to make sure that you get all of these self-damage activating units. Thing number 2, you do need some top end. These games are going to go late. You would really prefer your top end, though, to just be Star Shaping and Eclipse Dragons. Grandfather Rummel, not really necessary. Citrus Courier, we don't really want. Slippery Wave Riders, fill in a pinch. They're the kind of, they're good, but they're the best of the worst. The top end that you really want is Star Shaping making invokes, and then Eclipse Dragon making invokes. You're in Targon if you find the other Daybreak or Nightfall invoke units, good job. That's something that you're happy to have picked up in here. But that is big thing number 2. Try to find Eclipse Dragon, try to find Star Shaping. Big thing number 3, and ultimately what I feel like led to our demise here is you got to find some kind of removal. So if that comes to, if you're in Bilgewater, find a Scrap Shot or find a Undertow, whatever. I think it costs 8 mana, shuffles something away. Or if you're in Targon, got to find a Sunburst. This run kind of is what it is. We got 20 picks into it and saw a total of 0 of those cards. And so it's just a little unfortunate. You can probably only find them in wild picks. I'm not 100% certain on what lives in these card pools, but wouldn't surprise me with this, like Moonlit Heist Miss Fortune plus Mending Touch cards. There's just no removal spell. But yeah, I think those are the 3 big things. Make sure that, if you're in Soraka here, make sure that you're in Bilgewater to get the self-damage units. You want some very specific top end here in Eclipse Dragon and Star Shaping. And then after that, try to find yourself a removal spell. And then I think you'll be pretty good to go with your run. But that's going to do it for us today. I think the weekly chest is up now that we've waited till Thanksgiving to finish this run off, so let's go ahead and give this a click, and then we'll call it a day. Oh, and we got an upgrade. How about that? Getting the holiday bonuses. Oh, that did remind me. I clicked on the they added the new profile feature, so you can kind of see where you're at with the card collection. We could just go and clear everything out, but I'm pretty cool with just, oh man, look at that. We got one of our base set cards that we were missing. I noticed that. I think we had like 99% of the core set, and we were missing like 2 or 3 cards. One of them being Flash of Brilliance. Shows you how much Heimerdinger I do not play in Constructed. But yeah, we'll give that a click over pretty quick, because you know, as I've said many times before, like the whole idea with this account was just to I wanted to kind of like chronicle the free to play journey and then just go and hit masters with it. I just got hooked on expeditions and we went that route instead, which turned out to be a fairly good thing because this game is just ultra free to play friendly. I've spent no mana. I spent no real life mana on any of the wild cards or any of the other ways to generate cards. We're sitting on 142,000 gems, and then with the collection, pretty close to everything. We're missing one card, one common, 6 rares out of the core set. We've got all of the epics and champions across all of the sets. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is just easily one of the most free-to-play friendly games that they've put out there. Very, they ruined my plans as far as as what to make content on for this game, but in the end, pretty happy with how that all panned out. But that's going to do it for us today. I hope you all enjoyed the run, learned how to heal a little bit, and had a good time watching us play Soraka. This is Free to Play Bust. We thank you for being here.